Dance when the bass hit, dab on the spaceship. Me and all my motherfucking homies going ape shit. I'm hella high, bruh, I cannot lie, bruh. I got that motherfucking look in my...
Okay guys, so as we could see here, I would show you what subwoofer would give you the most out of SPL, or the most SPL for your application. So on the first subwoofer on our screen is the Void Stasis. It's a dual subwoofer, so you get an amount of 140 dB peak on the most highest peak of SPL it can give you. So that's Void Stasis. I'm sure it would give you a, I think it would be a punchy bass for the looks of the crossover point. It looks with the punchy bass, not that earth shaky. Maybe it would sound a bit, but it's more on punch, as we see in the style. Our next is our MLX hybrid horn reflex subwoofer. This is a Martin Audio London. I think it's the MLA. So this sub, if you're really going for a very high SPL bass, I would recommend this. It's 150 dB as the SPL pick. I think this is the winner on giving you the most bass that you can have on your money. So that's the best investment if you want a very high SPL bass. So to know if the sound of the bass of this sub, if we're gonna be looking on the response, it would be a little bit punchy, but more on. But I think it would be punchy. This would give a punchy and a very earth shaking bass. This horn reflex subwoofer, I definitely recommend this if you're really going for a very high SPL bass, like you want a very throwy bass. The other sub could also do that, but make sure they are many or coupled. So our next sub is Martin Audio again. So this type is a bass reflex cabinet, and it will give you an SPL for about 1.6 dB peak. Not that bad, and they're good already, but make sure it's many, because that is only a short-term peak. So it would be better if you have many of them, so that they would not have hard times in producing bass to satisfy your audience. So that's DSX Martin Audio. So our next sub is our DB Technologies. So this is the DBAS30N, the very popular subwoofer in the market. So if you look at the tech specs, you got a 141 dB SPL peak. So that is when you're thinking of buying that. So that's what you get. So 141 dB SPL peak. Our next is the RCF subwoofer, and we get a 141 dB SPL max too. So you can see that's RCF, and I think that would sound earth shaking rather than kick. Maybe it would massage your chest, but it would not punch that much like the Void Stasis. So next sub is our ProMax Audio. It's like the KV2 sub. It will give you 139 dB SPL pick. So we just give you enough bass. I think it will be punchy. Yes, punchy, that's the term, and it will give you an earth shaking bass a little bit, but more punch. And for L-Acoustics KS28, we get about SPL pick of 143 dB. It would give you a earth shaking bass, yes, not that punchy. And our SB28, its little brother, would give 140 dB. It's a little bit lower, but it's good. It will give you a good amount of bass. And for our next family or friend is Adamson. If you're familiar of this Adamson E218, like a lot of people couple this with lab group and power amp, so it will give you 142 dB SPL. It's already loud. Yeah, it's loud, the 142 dB. It will give you a earth shaking and also a punchy bass. Yes. Then our Bassboss, in our next category, our Bassboss. So let's wait. This is the Bassboss. It make you feel the bass. It's not that punchy, yes. It's more on earth shaking bass, like it could simulate how an earthquake would be felt on an area. Yes, that's real. And the SPL pick for the sub is about, when you check the specifications, we get sustained output 134 dB SPL. It's not that high because it reached the frequency response of 24-21 Hz. This bass is unlocalizable. Yes, it's very unlocalizable. The wave is so big that you cannot find or tell where the bass is coming from. That's very good. So these are the subs, and our next subs in our next in line is our JBL VTX G28. It's coupled with a line array of JBLs, and we get a maximum peak output of 144 dB SPL, half space condition. So it would be better if you got 4 of these in outdoors, or maybe I would recommend, if you can buy many, buy. Okay. And our next line is the Nexo. So this is the RS sub. I think this is the 15-inch version. This is the 18-inch version. So to give the 18-inch version give you about 143 to 146 dB peak. Well, that's a serious amount of power, yes. And it would give you a earth-shaking sound, like you're gonna be when you heard it bassing around the block, you'll be like, oh, what a bass! I want to check what sub is that. That's good. Next, so good brand. So next is our Axiom Pro Audio, or what you call as Prowell. So our dual 18-inch for specifications. We get for about SPL pick SPL. Where is our SPL? Okay, there we go. 143 dB, and it's more on shaking bass. And our next is the Danly. So it's only 18-inch. Yes, that's real. Hearing is believing. Yes, it could go above 143 dB SPL. Well, that's real because the lower the bass, it registers more SPL. It moves more air, more lower frequency range, move more air, so more SPL pick. Of course, that's for our Dandy tap horn. Then for our second to the last, to be Nexo STM, it would give you for about 143 dB peak SPL, so it's loud for its size. It's just one piece, but would be better if they are many. Yes. And KB2, our last one, is their subwoofer, and you get about a SPL peak of 140 dB. It's just a bandpass, bass reflex subwoofer. Well, there we go. It's your choice if you would choose any of this sub for your money. They would just cost more or cost less. It's up to you which sub would you choose for your money. That's the sub that I'm showing you that would think be loud for outdoor application, but it still depends on your hearing taste. Thank you for watching. Here's Mr. Flexi, and God bless, good morning, good evening, good afternoon to everyone who is watching on my channel. Thank you guys.